This is the rawest and the realest WMMA podcast on the planet. This is Savage WMMAFAN podcast episode number 18. Let's go. JoJo Calerwood versus Lauren Murphy. Oh boy, I've been waiting for this fight for quite some time since Lauren Murphy, made some smart ass comment like I'll be your huckleberry on fucking Twitter. And Calderwood was announcing that she was interested in taking a fight and shit. So, I'm gonna have to be honest, this is near a 50-50 fight. It's really hard to call who I think is going to win this fight. For the most part, I just know that I would prefer that JoJo Calerwood would get the victory and have an opportunity to redeem the title shot that she lost many moons ago. Know what I'm talking about? So, yeah. I mean, Lauren Murphy, look, you can say whatever you want about the old lady. She is tough. I'll give her that. And she has solid takedown defense, reasonable striking and boxing. I mean, it's good. It is. Not really much in variety as far as mixing in kicks. Not the fastest, but she's very durable, and her ground game is good and it's improving. But I think JoJo Calerwood which the Savage thinks, and I'm not alone in this shit, has always been the case with JoJo Calerwood. She has all of the variables, all of the fucking variety of skill sets, and the ability to make the adjustments. It's just sometimes her octagon IQ is just not on point. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, she has kickboxing. I mean, she has the jiu-jitsu. She has the speed. She should be able to, at least in spots in this contest, to be able to run circles around motherfucking Lauren Murphy. So I just think if she just puts it together, and she's not too much in her own head, she can win this fucking fight. I suggest that she kind of work the body, kick Lauren in them old ass knees, some nice calf kicks, and just systematically wear her the fuck down over the fight. Simple as that. But honestly, I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm kind of fearful because JoJo Calerwood has a tendency to take too much fucking punishment. I mean, if you look at that last Jessica I fight, don't get me wrong, she started really pouring it on in the last 2 rounds. But she took all these damn strikes to the head. I'm like, I don't know if she can get away with that, Lauren Murphy. Get away with that in a fight with Lauren Murphy. I'm just saying, Lauren Murphy might see that and she might mix in a head kick she's not looking for, or an elbow real hard that she's not looking for. I mean, again, to her motherfucking credit, JoJo Calerwood can take a lot of punishment, but as you saw in the Jennifer Maia fight, there's a limitation to that shit. Know what I'm talking about? And you're not trying to end up submitted or at the end of fucking Lauren Murphy's ground and pound, which is pretty solid. So at the end of the day, I'm taking Calderwood. If you want a motherfucking number, I'll say 60-40. But really, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in this fight. I mean, again, fucking Joanne Calderwood has the skills. She has the motherfucking skills to beat Lauren Murphy. I think it's going to be a close fight, though. I do believe that Joanne Calderwood can pull out this fight at the end, though. So we'll see what happens. And Savage want to break down and be real honest to y'all right now, okay? I promise you I didn't want to bring this shit up. I promise you, I just wanted to just focus on the fight, not on anything else. But there's something about these two motherfuckers, okay? There's something about these two motherfucking fighters and the shit that they say. I just can't do it, okay? You can feel however the fuck you want about it, okay? It's just not in my nature to ignore the shit that motherfuckers say. Ever. It's just not. I mean, if I don't say something, I'm still gonna be fucking looking at it. At the very least, I'm gonna be thinking about it. And these two veterans get on my fucking nerves because I just don't know where their head is before this fight. Sometimes I feel like Nick Maynard and motherfucking Dana White got a motherfucking shotgun aimed at either end of the fucking facilities that they been ready to fight in or some shit. Like, or train, or when they in these press, like, I don't know. It's like, where's the guts? Where's the glory? Where's the yes? I've been in this fucking fucking organization for 6-7 years, and yeah, I'm looking for a motherfucking title shot. You know, I just don't fucking understand it. It's just I was looking at their fucking media days, and granted, MMA media is shit most of the time, and a lot of the fucking questions they ask, and even that they asked Lauren and Calderwood, was just like stupid and had nothing to do with the motherfucking fight. And and some of these questions are just almost like they're trying to bully and answer out of them, but do it politely, which is even more sorry than just being a regular fucking bully. You know what I'm saying? But some of these questions, I still expected them to answer with some type of motherfucking authority. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I don't get it. Like, if this was like a 22, 23-year-old and not a 37, 38, 34, 35-year-old, respectively. I know that one of them is like 34 and Lauren's like 37 and 57 in MMA years. But you know what the fuck I'm trying to say, right? Like, they just so fucking scary. Like, okay, all right, so listen. So, Lauren Murphy was being interviewed, and they come up with these questions and shit, and she's kind of like, well, we got to go in there and fight, and, and pertaining to the question about a title shot, like, will you come out here and fight hard for a title shot? And Lauren Murphy was like, well, of course, me and JoJo has to go in here and fight well. I mean, it's not like, if we sit there and stare at each other, we can't just sit there and just stare at each other all night. And I'm like, I fucking agree, Lauren, because if you were to sit there and stare at her and she stare at you, I would fire you motherfuckers. And I would hope that Dana would have the same mindset. So that's kind of obvious, but okay. All right, I'm with you on that. But then, they start asking her about, do you believe that, you're going to get, the opportunity and whatnot? And I'm sitting thinking like, Lauren Murphy, you've overcome so much. You've done, like, why don't you just go ahead and just say, yes, I believe that I have it. I mean, you said it and yelled it after you beat Shekarova, that motherfucker who had no business in there with you, and you even admitted in the same press conference and shit. Like, I don't get it. Just say it, instead of worrying about motherfuckers respecting you. She was sitting there saying, when they asked her, how do you feel about people not respecting you and shit? And you say, well, a lot of times, I've been treated like Rodney Dangerfield. I get no respect, and I probably show more respect to the career of the late Rodney Dangerfield than I have Lauren Murphy. But with all due respect, I do have some level of respect for fucking Lauren Murphy in terms of just the fact that, she's fighting on the world stage in the world's biggest promotion for mixed martial arts, despite all my fucking criticism. But come on now, Lauren, speak the fuck up. Just you're like, well, if I get it, I get it. I'm like, man, you about to get thrown over the hill and you sitting there playing around. But anyway, really, I felt that Lauren wasn't as half bad as JoJo Calerwood. JoJo Calerwood, JoJo Calderwood speak poorly in media situations and shit, like she's trying to be the world record holder. Know what I'm talking about? Like she's trying to surpass motherfucking Modafferi in every goddamn body, who's her best friend, by the way. So anyway, JoJo Calderwood was in the middle of this fucking press conference, just saying strange shit, like, well, people tell me after the fight that, make a statement. My team say I should make a statement or whatever. When your team is telling you the right thing, I'm afraid I'm going to mess it up and be too nervous. Like, I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. I mean, you was brave enough to talk shit, to Jessica Evil Eye before the fucking press conference. And then after the fucking fight, which you clearly got energy. You have enough energy because you said you would fight 10 motherfuckers to get to the champ, which is stupid, by the way. But anyway, like, why would you say I'm not able to say it and then fucking had a nerve to say some shit like, well, I can, I kind of just want to, after 15 minutes, I kind of don't really want to say, it's just an excuse, okay? It's like public speaking is a motherfucker. You got motherfuckers, they're getting fucking Shark Tanks, but they won't call motherfuckers out after whooping somebody's ass. It's just strange as shit. I do not understand that shit. I will just never understand that shit, okay? And I can understand, well, it's not really my style to really be calling people out. Call out Valentina, goddammit. Say her motherfucking name. I would like to fight for the title. I would like to fight Valentina Shevchenko. And me and my team are going to do everything to make it happen. Why the fuck is it so hard? I don't get it. I just don't fucking get it. But I hope whoever wins, I hope the future says I'll be fighting Valentina next. I hope they ask for it, no matter what happens. Okay? You gotta speak shit into existence. I just, all right, fuck it, I'm done. The second fight coming up this weekend, Alexis Davis versus Pannie Kanizad. I'm just gonna cut to the chase on this. I'm going with Pannie. I think Pannie is clearly the superior striker. I think she's gonna be able to avoid the takedowns. I just think her athleticism and mix of power, just enough fucking power to slow Alligator down. I really think so. I think she's going to slow Davis down. And Davis is food for getting punched in the face about 100 or 200 times. I'm just sorry. Like, I like Alexa, and I'm not counting Alexa completely out because she's tough. I underestimated her last fight. I'm not going to underestimate her in this fight. She's not so over the hill that she can't possibly win this fight. But the bottom line is, I just think Pannie is eventually going to overwhelm her. And she's either going to finish her, which I doubt that happened. I think this is going to be a dominant, one-sided decision. Unanimous decision for Pannie Kanizad. Yep. I gotta go with Pannie on this one. All right. Let's talk about this for a minute. The UFC has a problem with, other than mismanagement, that's another story. These mismatches. Know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm so fucking tired of seeing these fighters come over from wherever the fuck they're coming from, right? And they just get fucking stomped and destroyed. And I understand that, hey, if you want to be in the UFC, it's not guaranteed your first fight going to be easy. Mixed martial arts is a hard sport. And, you can't be sitting there trying to cherry pick all your fights or requesting easier fights. But it's like they fast track them into ass whoopings. Like they they sign girls that don't even belong in there with some UFC fighters, or not yet. You know what I'm saying? Like let me give you an example, right? Let's say you got this humongous flyweight that can, they can box, they could do karate, they can wrestle, and they got jujitsu, they got the whole package, right? I mean, hard hitting motherfucker. And then you sign this itty bitty strawweight, a strawweight that would be arguably smaller amongst other strawweights, okay? And she's all pretty and dainty and shit. And she's a decent fighter. I mean, she's talented. But it's like she's fighting a mountain of a motherfucking woman. Fucking mountain versus molehill. What the fuck is going on? Know what I'm saying? Fucking Manon just beat the shit out of this girl. Like this was her fucking baby sister. I mean, a baby shark got drowned last weekend. Know what I'm saying? This fight had no business happening, but this is not a new occurrence because the Savage has seen this several times. All these fucking matchups, or mismatchups, as I should call them. Like, look at this shit. Lauren Murphy, guilty herself. Is it her fault? No. Now, granted, Calderwood isn't the biggest fucking flyweight, but still, at least she had fought at flyweight. At least she had beat a motherfucking flyweight. Look at this shit. This is pathetic. I mean, Lauren Murphy made it look like this girl was still a fucking amateur. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's to the point where even if you look at the motherfucking fight with fucking Tisha Torres beat the shit out of Sam Hughes. To me, I thought that was a fucking mismatch, okay? Now, I know, Combo, I understand. They are about the same size, but they ain't in the same league. Not at the moment. I mean, Tisha Torres is always a tough out. And then you bring somebody, like they don't even consider, maybe we should try to match them up with somebody that's at least semi-tough enough to get this motherfucker a decent fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it seems like this is the one way that you can actually get those warm-up fights in WMMA or in MMA, period. You just bring a motherfucker over to get executed, but on short notice at that. So, I don't know. It's just something for the UFC to consider. Maybe you can actually match people up with people their own size, or that they actually match up with competitively. You know, you can try that. I mean, sometimes you got motherfuckers in your own organizations that either can go up or go down. And I know it's not easy, and you don't want to cancel fights. And because there's only so many WMA fights that you got every fucking event, I don't want you canceling fights. But certain fights, like that Manon Ricci shit, didn't have to happen. Just didn't need to have them fucking happen at all. Okay? Get it together, motherfucker. All right. Ha! Me make mistakes? Never. Fuck. All right, look. Celebrity matches in combat sports. Why? Why? Why is this shit happening? Why is it even talking? Why, fucking Jake Paul, Logan Paul. Okay, this isn't new, but it's so pathetic that even fucking Amanda Nunes, I just hope that nothing like this ever happens in mixed martial arts. Well, unless you want to count CM Punk. But I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying, but take somebody that's like a major fucking star and pay them to fight somebody. Like, I don't even want to talk about Mayweather right now, how pathetic that was. It's just like, But these fucking athletes are so fucking pressed for money. It's always the fucking money. It's to the point where they don't realize that they might be destroying other possible ways they can make money, either in the long run or over a long haul. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's their life. I understand. They do what the fuck they want. But, like, I don't give a fuck what Amanda Nunes say. If she could book a fight against Kim Kardashian, you think she ain't gonna take that motherfucking fight? I don't give a fuck whether she plans on hurting her or not. If they could do an 8-round fight, and she can sit there and rub and bump titties with Kim Kardashian, because, look, I ain't caught up over Kim Kardashian all that, like that, but to be honest with you, I honestly think that, you know, your girl probably is. I think at the end of the day, motherfucking Amanda Nunes, lesbian ass, would love to get close to her, okay? I mean, $10 million, and you can dump Nina Azaroff. You know what I'm saying? If you can somehow convince Kim K that, hey, let's just get together, you know? And shit, Kim Kardashian got her money and motherfucking Kanye West money. You know what I'm talking about? So, I'm just being honest. Okay, you ain't gotta like this shit, but, you know, I think Amanda Nunes would have no problem eating out motherfucking Kim K's ass. I don't think she would. I don't think she can. Listen, this is my opinion, okay? I don't know. But even if that didn't fucking happen, they say they wouldn't give her $10 million or $20 million to fight Kim Kardashian. You know the shit is true, okay? And the shit is true because these motherfuckers will do anything for a goddamn dollar. And it's sad. It's so damn sad, you know. And, you know, maybe outside of sports or finances, maybe there is some integrity with these motherfuckers. But I don't know. I have my doubts. I just have my motherfucking doubts. But any fucking way. The Savage of the Week. Who else could it be? It's Maynard Ferriot. I should say Manon Ferriot. I'm never going to say her name right, but I love the French woman's savagery. Like, hey, I really thought about it giving it to somebody else because, you know, this was kind of a mismatch, but the way that she finished her off at the end, I just could not find the image anywhere on fucking Google, but right at the end of the fight, after she catches Tabitha Ritchie with a fucking hard-ass right and drops her in the corner of the cage, Manon grabs her fucking head as she's sitting there on the ground and just started going. I'm like, damn. That's some savage shit. That's some fucking brutality type shit. My goodness. I mean, well, she's on some fucking Mortal Kombat shit. Know what I'm talking about? Like, she's trying to make Richie's head fucking explode. But, and not long after that, Richie was able to stand up, and then she pounded out some more, and then that was the end of the fucking fight. So, without a doubt, hands down, Manon Ferriot, the Savage of the Week. And before I get out of here, y'all, I have to give some credit to Clarissa Shields winning her MMA debut against Brittany Elkin. I was impressed here and there with Clarissa. She was able to get out of an arm bar. I thought the fight was going to be over. I thought the fight was going to end soon. I believe it happened in the second round. She got out of it. And there were some moments where she caught her with some good overhands and a couple of jabs. But she got taken down way too much. That takedown defense is no good for Clarissa. She really needs to work on it. And, you know, a lot of boxing fans saw this shit. You know, oh, man, she ready. Nah, Slim, she ain't fucking ready. She miles away. You know, whoever she fight next, they need to be careful who they give to her because if it's not another Brittany Elkin, then Brittany Elkin was fucking up. Brittany Elkin embarrassed her goddamn self. But, you know, it is what it is. And Clarissa made it happen, and, you know. And in the third round, she made her quit. She got on top of her, and, you know, that was the end of the fight. So, congratulations to Clarissa Shields on her victory. Well, everybody, I hope that you enjoy the fights. We got so much motherfucking WMMA action coming up in the next few months, and I can't wait. And take care of yourself, and I will see you next week. This is the rawest and the realest WMMA podcast on the planet. This is Savage WMMA Fan, and I'm out.